Ladies and gentlemen, Division 5 Brazil, round 9. Welcome to the stream. Joining me in the Cobbs box tonight is a man who's been lighting up Division 4. He's found some confidence in himself and, yeah, different role tonight in the Cobbs box, F7. Welcome, mate.
Thank you for having me here today, Nishka. How are you feeling about today's race?
Yeah, feeling pretty good, mate. Division 5's been pretty spicy of late, and yeah, we've seen some pretty crazy racing, some pretty big accidents and that sort of thing in Division 5. We'll be hoping for a bit of a cleaner race tonight. Yeah, the guys look like they're probably getting out on track now, mate. So we'll cross down to the action and yeah, what's your thoughts, mate? Who are you expecting to see big things from tonight?
Um, Last week we saw some good performances from SJ, so I'm expecting him to be up there today. I've heard that he's doing some pretty competitive times as well. Um, and I know the Mercedes will want to be bouncing back from last week's performance, as they've had a pretty good season so far, but looks like they just weren't able to put it together how they wanted to last race.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Definitely the Mercedes will be looking to bounce back, but we are seeing this weather. It looks absolutely torrential. Brazil has absolutely turned one on for us here, so it's going to be interesting to see how these guys can navigate this. We have full quali, so yeah, it's going to be really interesting actually to see how these guys navigate that F7.
Yeah, a lot of doing well today will, in this qualifying, will consist of who did their wet practice. If you didn't do any wet practice, you're probably not going to do the best.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, a lot of guys don't practice in the wets, as we see Deadly Fella out there now just on track. We're seeing him on full wet, so it does look extremely wet on the track. It's going to be interesting to see if it dries up as the session goes on. But yeah, yeah, as it looks real slippery, Deadly's looking like he's having a real hard time getting around the track at the moment. F7.
Yeah, a lot of guys down here in Div 5, I think, will be using no traction, and that's not going to help them at all for this track, as not only is it difficult in itself to run it, it's going to be extremely difficult in the wet.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. What we might do, I think we have the Williams of Deadly Fella coming around first, mate. What I might do, I might just jump on board with him. We'll see if he's going to do a lap, and you can sort of take us away for the lap, and we'll see what it's like from their point of view in these treacherous conditions, mate.
Ken, as he's coming down to the line, he's currently in none ERS. Uh, he's going to switch it to medium as he crosses the line. Going to try and get it stopped, slide his way through that first turn, and through the second turn. He's going to go around this long sweeping left, activate the overtake. He's going to ride that little bit of a curve there, not something that you see a lot of people do. He's going to burn the ERS to 70%. Going to get it stopped down to third. Going to get a nice clean exit out of there. Always sliding a bit through that next turn. Coming up to the quick right, he's gonna downshift to fourth. He's gonna, the traction control is kicking in. Gonna slide it down through the tight two turns here. A lot of slipping and sliding on this lap as the track is covered in rain. He's gonna come into another tight turn. It looks like he is struggling, but seems to have made that turn okay. Coming down into the final turn. Gonna downshift to first, up to second, mid corner. Gonna activate the ERS, burn probably down to the line here. And interesting to see what lap time he'll get as he's on the full wets and Summer on inters. He's set at 24.9. I I personally didn't do any wet practice, so I can't tell if that's a good wet time.
As we just changed the quiet cake there, he's had a bit of a moment there, so Yeah, it's looking like it's very difficult for these guys. Deadly with the 124.9 on those wets. That looks like quite a good time so far. As we see, Gritto and Aardvark could only manage a 26 flat and a 26.9. So it's going to be interesting to see as this session goes on F7 if this track's going to improve a bit, whether the inters are going to be better. Maybe that's something we can put in for a prediction. Wets or inters for the best time in this session. I'll get that in 2 seconds. As we see, Keeper says onboards are here, Nish. Thanks very much, mate, for letting us know that. And yeah, have a good night. The onboards. Hopefully, not too many incidents for you. As we'll jump on board with who we got? We got Quiet Cake on our outlap, mate. We'll travel around with him. If you want to just talk us through his lap while I get that prediction.
Yep, he burnt a little bit of his ERS down into turn 1. He flicks it to none ERS. He's practically drifting these first 3 turns. He's going to go up on the curb a lot. He's going to have a bit of a snap. He's coming down to this 4th turn. You're going to want to get this right, or you can always run very wide. He's missed the apex a lot. Looks like he may have locked the fronts. As Deadly Fuller sets to 24.4, looks like the track is getting better and better with each time. And he's going to come through the fast right hand here, Quiet Cake. It doesn't get as much of a drift as we've seen from others, but he's going to get it stopped. A little bit slippery on exit, as you'd expect. He's going to get a decent exit there. Come up to the next turn. Get it stopped, slide it in. Get a lot of the curb there. It looks like he didn't have the best turn possible, as he was struggling on that exit. He's going to come to the final turn. He's probably going to dump all of his ERS down the straight. And I'm wondering what this time will be, as it looks like it wasn't his... it wasn't exactly what he wanted, and it looks like he made a couple of mistakes. He's going to burn the ERS down to the line and set a 24.4.
Yeah, it's sort of
25.4, sorry.
25.4, not a bad lap from him. As we see, Deadly obviously went around again. He's gone a 24.4, so he stays in P1 there. Predictions in now, guys. Wets, inters, or other. Maybe the track might dry up. They might get a sneaky lap in. I doubt it, but that's the options, guys. Get your points in, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. As who have we got? Most of these guys I think are on laps now. We'll take a lap with one of the guys on the Inter, maybe. As you see, Gritto, he's coming across the line now. He goes only P5. Have we got another guy starting a lap on the Inters? Take the rest of this lap here with Dutch Verstappen here. He's looks like a bit of a dry line appearing there, F7. He's getting in this dirty area of looks to be a McLaren that may be in front of him there, so that might not be helping him, but he might just be saving a bit of battery, and then we'll do the lap with him, I think. So we'll come back to him in a second. As we see, Devo's just getting out of the way there. There's a lot of stuff happening on track here at the moment, F7. Yeah, obviously difficult for a lot of these guys here. We see Panda down there, 128. He now goes 127, but still big difference between sort of that P1 all the way down to Flying Kiwi here in P15 with a 129. So, yeah, plenty to play out in this session, F7.
Yeah, and we saw Gritto jump up to P5 on the Inters. It looks like this track is getting better and better with the dry line forming, because he's now been able to put it in the middle of some of these wet runners.
Yeah, absolutely. But as we just see there, the Williams boys having a fantastic start to this session here with Deadly and SJ. Temporarily they were P1, P2. As we see Daz go super fast there in that kick with a 123.6. This track must be still pretty wet, because these wet runners are still making some very good times at the moment.
It will probably be wet tyre conditions for a while, as the Inters will definitely come into their own towards the end of the session.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. As we see one of your teammates here driving around on an outlap now on those Inters, only managed... We've seen good form from Tuzi so far this season, but a 127.8 ain't really going to do it for him so far. Do we want to go on board with him, mate, and you can take a lap away with one of your teammates?
Yeah, sure. He's gonna get a nice exit from the final corner. This is where you want your lap to be good, and it looks like, I know he's not going to come back into the pits. He's going to put it in medium, burn a bit of ERS, come into this final turn, first turn, downshift to third, second. He ran a little bit wide there. Not sure if he maybe locked up. Oh, looks like he made a bit of a mistake on the second turn as well. Maybe just not feeling confident in these wet weather. Maybe didn't put enough practice in. Gonna burn the ERS into the fourth turn. A bit of a lock up again. Runs a bit wide. Misses the apex slightly. Gonna slide his way through the next one. Burn a bit of ERS up to this fast right. It's gonna, looks like he gets a pretty good corner there. He slides his way through the next turn. He's gonna probably slide his way through here as well. Looks like he kept it controlled and contained a bit more there. As we see him coming through towards the end here, the dry line seems to be much more dry than before. I'm wondering if these conditions are amping up towards the inters. He's coming into the final turn. Down to second, looking to get that good exit. He's going to burn the ERS all the way down to the line here. He's, oh, slides a bit through there. Going to go very aggressive on the inside. Is going to set a 24.8. Puts him up into P10.
Yeah, so a big improvement for him there, F7. But do we think with this track possibly ramping up, do we think that that's going to be enough to see him get through this Q1, or is he going to have to do a bit better with another lap later on in this session?
I think that we can see that it's already ramping up right now, as the leaderboard that was once dominated by wet seems to be being dominated by inters. So he's probably going to have to come out towards the end as the dry line starts to form even more.
Yeah, absolutely. Still 6 minutes left in this session, as we see Daz still up there with a 123.6. Asfalamati is there in second with on those wet tyres with a 123.7, so that's still a great lap there. We see Grito slowly working his way to the front now with a 123.8. The Williams boys earlier that set the good times. We see Deadly now coming out on the inters. See if he can improve his time after setting that hot pace early. SJ down in P10. He also set a good time on those wets. We'll have to see whether he's going to duck back in the pits, put some inters on, as he looks like he's just getting out of the way of a couple of guys now that are coming past him. We see Muzzle's big, reserving him for Haas instead of Kaus tonight, so be interested to see how he can go F7. We see Devo, he's doing a good job there. He's reserving in for Aston Martin up there in P6. Is there any of these other guys here that you sort of think there might be one to watch out for tonight, mate?
I think that NDNV will be looking to start a run of form. We saw him get P2 in Netherlands in the feature race, so I think that he's going to be looking to get that P1 today in the Brazil race.
Yeah, absolutely, and he backed that form up last night. Actually, in the Division 4 race, he showed some fantastic pace. So I'm expecting to see some decent things out of him tonight. And that was obviously a race you were involved in. I don't know how much racing you did against him on the track, but yeah, he had a fantastic race last night from the viewers' point of view, mate.
Mm. Um, I didn't really get close to him that much, but he was definitely being competitive in that race, racing against some of the guys that normally I would be racing against, and he was holding his own. So I'm looking forward to see how he's going to do in this Division 5 race.
Yeah, absolutely. As we just seen Quiet Cake come across the line there for Mercedes going into P6. So that's a solid lap from Quiet Cake. Hopefully that could be enough to see him get through. But his teammate Dutch Verstappen will be a little bit nervous down there in P15 with only a 126 so far on an out lap, as we see Flying Kiwi just ducks into the pits there. Expect him to go onto the inters now also. We got Min-Mei, looks like it's on a lap, so we'll stick with Min-Mei just for a second. We'll see how Min-Mei goes coming across the line. as they head onto the straight. 75% battery, still a little bit of a snap there. Maybe struggling, maybe an invalidation there, possibly. I'm not too sure. Um, yeah,
I
that
don't
was an
believe.
interesting one. I don't believe they invalidated because I didn't see the red come up, so possibly got away with that one. Um, it looked like
And
they've
he,
abandoned the lap. So we'll go with you go F7.
I believe he had validated it on the next turn after that.
It's not great.
After uh, Brazil, it's not. I don't think it's one of the tracks that it's most known for difficulty on track limits, but these wet conditions can do anything to a lap. And if you're pushing just that little too much, and you have that little snap of oversteer, and your confidence is a little bit rocked, who knows? You might make a big mistake and invalidate.
Yeah, absolutely. As we see Datura go into P1 now, that's almost a second better than his teammate who's reserving. He's a 123.6, but that 122.7, that's a fantastic time and a good indicator that this track is ramping up. So that puts a lot of these guys on notice, and they've really got to put in good performance here now. They have one lap to see themselves get through this Q1 F7.
Mm. And we're seeing now that the Inters are the better tyre, I think, as the Daz, who set his good lap time on wets, seems to just be toppling down the order as more and more people start to set their laps on Inters.
Yeah, absolutely. We just seen Footy Bender push himself up into P2 with a 23.2, which looks to be quite a safe time so far. But yeah, you wouldn't be counting your chickens yet because these guys down the bottom there, they haven't set a lap time yet, and they're looking to, well, not at this time anyway. So we'll have to see whether they can put these guys at the top under pressure. As we see, we've got an Aston Martin coming towards the line now. I think that could be Datura is on a lap. What time? Doesn't go
He's
any better.
10th down.
Who else we got? We got a kick coming towards the line. I believe that would have been Flying Kiwi. I think goes 124. 298, so in P10. So we'd look probably need to get a bit of an improvement on that to make sure you're going to be safe. We see the Williams guys now coming onto the straight. We got Deadly fella burning his battery down 30%. I see what sort of time Deadly can do on the inters. We've seen him fast on the wets, and Deadly goes to P3, so that's very good for him. We see his teammate SJ coming across the line. He goes P3, so fantastic for the Williams guys there. They're looking to be pretty safe. We got a Haas coming up towards the line now. Who we got there? I think that was. So we got Shaz on a lap now in the Haas. So I'll let you take this one away. We'll go jump on board with Shaz. We'll see if Shaz can do something here. Try get himself out of that bottom 5.
Currently in P19, he's on the Inters. He's pushing to set this lap as Daz sets the fastest lap time on a set of wets. That's odd. Wasn't expecting that to happen. And Shaz getting some good corners here. Doesn't seem to be drifting as much as we were seeing earlier. He's gonna dump all of this 94% ERS on this final straight. He's currently up by a second on his time. He's gonna go quite slow for that final turn. He's gonna shift. He's gonna burn the ERS. It doesn't slide, which is exactly what you don't want. You don't want to be sliding. He's going to burn all the way down, shift up to 8 to stay on that dry line. And doesn't improve in position, unfortunately.
Nah, unfortunately couldn't. We got MSG overloaded. Still the only one that could get into that sort of top 15. So we'll stick with him down to the line. He's 30% battery, burning it all the way. Can he get himself out of this bottom 5? Let's see. As he comes to the line, he stays P17, and that'll be your top 15 for Q1. Unfortunate there for MSG. Couldn't get himself out of there. But yeah, we've seen some very good times towards the end there. One of your teammates, Tuzi, jumping up into P4. Both the Red Bulls look super quick at the moment as we've got VX Grido And as for Lamardi in P3, Datura setting a great tire for the Aston Martins, and the reserve for Aston Martin Devo doing a very good job too in P5. That's fantastic from Kick on those wet tyres to finish P6 where it looked to be Inter's dominant. F7.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting to see the split in strategies. The fact he's out on the wets is a little bit confusing, but it's his choice on what tire he wants to go on, and if he felt more comfortable on those wets, then it was his choice to go out on the wets, and it seemed to have worked for him.
Yeah, absolutely. It's got him through into Q2. As we've seen, that was some very tricky conditions. Do we think we're going to see these conditions improve a little bit for Q2 F7?
I do believe so. I think that the weather will start to dry off a bit. Um, the dry line. Oh, pardon me. Sorry. I think that the weather may slow down a bit, and we might get a more evident dry line than in Q1.
Yeah, now I'll ask any of the eliminated drivers, Shaz, Milano, Panda, MSG Overloaded, or Minmay. If any of you guys feel like jumping into the comms box, we can do a bit of an interview through Q2. F7, can you just let me know if anyone does jump in, please?
MSG has jumped in. If we want to go ahead and do that one.
Yeah, mate.
First D5 race since last season.
I'll let you take it away, F7, with MSG, mate, as it's still raining here for Q2.
Um, Obviously, it's very unlucky for you to get eliminated in Q1. What happened at the end of it? Were you just not able to improve on your time? Were you not comfortable
I
in the conditions?
I think what happened was I think the tires were overheating a little bit, and it was just the track's in a weird state because it's raining and the line was building, and and the setup I have was playing more balance towards the race because it looks like it was gonna be a dry race, so I want more balanced setup. So it wasn't really set up for the conditions, but I'm just looking forward to have a clean race and just gain some points.
Mm. You said that you were aiming your setup more towards the race. Do you think that you'll be able to bounce back in the race and be able to get inside that top 15, maybe top 10?
Maybe not like top 10, but I'm looking for like top 12, top 15, right around there. Just like get a well balance. Just looking for just raw race pace. Maybe see how it goes
Mm.
because it looks like it's gonna rain during the race as well.
Mm. Well, I'll pass you over to Nishka if he's got any questions for you.
Yeah, Machimo, unlucky, bro. Getting eliminated there in Q1. It definitely looked like it was a real tricky sort of track to drive on, mate. It looked super wet early on. Then we seen the try line forming. Looked really difficult. Yeah, that's the hard part about having the full quali. Trying
The
to get it
track
right.
evolution's weird.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. That's the way it looked, and then it's a fine line, isn't it, between getting the setup right for your quali
Mm.
and then still having been able to have the race pace. Obviously, you're going to have the
And
task ahead from you now, coming from the back, mate. Yeah, have you got a bit of a
it's
plan of
also
how you're going to do that?
I'm just gonna because I know there's probably going to be carnage going to turn one. I was just gonna lay back on the start and just try to work my way through the front because I know there's going to be carnage. Um, Also the car. It's also my first time driving the McLaren as a res. I've been jumping around all the cars, and this is the first time I've driven the McLaren. It's a pretty good car. It's just like I haven't gotten used to it yet.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Everyone has their favourite sort of cars to drive, and all of them are a little bit different in their own way. They have different sounds and this and that. So, yeah, good luck for the race, mate, and look forward to seeing you out there, mate.
Thank you.
F7, have we got anybody else that's jumped in, or are we good to just keep going ahead with Q2?
We have Shaz and Minmay, but it appears as though uh, Mr. Panda cannot make it, as if he attempts to go onto the Discord, his game shuts down.
Yep, that's alright. Shaz, we'll go with you first, mate. How'd you find that Q1 there, mate? Obviously unlucky getting knocked out. We just see Grudo do a 121.9 setting the first lap there. Yeah, sort of talk us through it, mate. How'd you feel about that Q1?
Yeah, my first lap, I went out on the wets because the track was obviously slippery and was unlucky. I thought I was going to have a pretty decent banker, and then I invalidated Ren Wide coming in onto the straight, and then made a decision with D White to just go out on the inters and see how they looked, because the dry line had sort of started to show itself a bit more with more traffic on the track. So went out on the inters and they were really good. Had a good first stint on the inters. Went back out again on the same set of inters and was doing really well. I knocked off nearly 2 seconds in my first lap, and I knew because of being a bit wet I could have got a second lap in. So I went for the second flyer and I was doing really well until right at the end I just had a bit of wheel spin coming out of the last corner before I got onto the straight, and that cost me a bit. I don't think I would have got out of Q1, but I definitely wouldn't have been in 20th.
Yeah, I did see that on the stream, mate. We were actually on board with you for that last bit of that lap, and it seemed like you just bogged down a bit in that last corner, and the wheel spin really cost you. You were up on your time. I was watching, so that was pretty unlucky, mate. I think you would have been pushing for that top 15 if that didn't happen. Obviously, having to start from the back is not an easy task, mate. I look forward to seeing you go in the race. I'll pass you to F7 for any questions he's got for you, mate.
Obviously very unlucky to qualify P20, but it's Brazil and we've seen some carnage in the other divisions. Are you looking to climb up and attempt to get some points, and are you feeling confident about fighting your way through the field?
Yeah, I know the positions will come. We've seen all week so far that there's been carnage, but it's just about being patient and waiting the time. D White and I've got a solid strategy. We'll run with it. It's all my setup for the quali was set up for the race. It's not meant to rain as much in the race. Maybe a little bit at the start, but after that it'll be alright. So I know I've got the setup. It will all come down to if people have looked at the race or not with setups. But yeah, I know I'll be able to get through the pack. I've done it before. It'll be just about being patient and biding my time, which is something I've noticed with Div 5. They don't. Some of them don't have the patience, so I know there's going to be mistakes. And it's just about capitalising when those mistakes happen.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll just jump in real quick. We just seen Zatura DNF there in P10. I'm not sure what happened. It was on the track. Yeah, I'm not sure if he's had a bit of a moment. We didn't catch that one, but yeah, that's real unfortunate for him, because if any of these guys below can go a better time, that's going to be Zatura out, and yeah, that's real unfortunate because he looked like he had some quite good pace there.
I've got a feeling he's been disqualified. Unless my stream's glitching, because he's done a 121 on my screen and everyone else is doing 122s.
Oh.
Yeah, same on mine.
Oh,
he's in P10,
yeah, good
but he's set at
there.
21.3.
Yeah, good pick up there, guys. Yeah, that's really unfortunate for the Toura. But yeah, anyway, thanks for jumping in, Shaz. We'll move it along to mid-May, and yeah, good luck for the race, Shaz.
Yeah, good call, boys.
Do you want to take this one away, F7?
Yep. Unlucky to get knocked out in Q1 mid-May. Obviously not what you would be hoping for, but the other guys have said it so far. Was your setup more aimed towards the race and hoping for the dry conditions?
Yeah, absolutely. It was not to say that I definitely could have made it through there. I really should have been through quite easily. Just bombed both of my inters runs. Inters were the tyres. I just couldn't get the grip and slightly extended the track limits on the last lap, which was a bit of a shame. Which As soon as I did it, I knew it was coming for me. The 16th and knocked out in the Q1, so big disappointment. But yeah, hopefully some of these boys have altered their setups a little bit for the rain as well. Not looking forward as much to the race, and I might be able to make my way through during that time period.
Mm. Um, are you looking to the race and going that you're gonna make your way up into the points easily? Obviously, we've seen some carnage. What are your plans to try and stay out of that carnage?
Look, just yeah, I think a couple of the boys have already said it now, but just being patient. You know, we've got a close pace-wise group of boys on the track. You know, they're all quite smart, but sometimes there are little uh, moments and clicks of lacks of concentration that can lead to some carnage. Um, yeah, I just got to keep my eyes open, be aware of what's happening around me, and how the cars are looking on the track. If there is maybe a chance of a collision, you know, just take my time with it. I feel like absolutely I can come back into the points pretty decently here. I feel like my pace is really good. Um, it was a bit of a shame. It was raining qualifying. I felt like I was doing pretty well drive wise. Um, my little practices that I did by myself. But yeah, look, obviously there are chances that something might go unfortunate for me and I might get caught up into anything. But um, yeah, as long as I can bounce back towards the end of the race, that's um, you know where all the points come at the end of it. And as long as I'm in a good position there, then I won't be too upset.
Well, I'll pass over to Nishka if he's got any questions for you.
Yeah, thanks F7. Yeah, you covered most of the stuff there, but yeah, unlucky Mimre. Yeah, it's as you said, it's a very tough grid to be a part of. Super competitive. The elbows get out sometimes, but that's all part of being competitive and being in a competitive league. And yeah, no love lost on the track, but all you boys are pretty close off the track, and yeah, it's good to see. And I think it'll be no different tonight, mate. Yeah, I hope you can get a good result coming from there. It's obviously going to be tough, but obviously with your race setup that you've had in mind, look to see you make some moves through the pack, mate.
Yeah, hopefully I can do some entertaining for the stream. That'd be ideal.
Yeah, we look forward to it, mate. We love a bit of entertainment, and yeah, good luck for the race, mate. And hopefully we'll be talking to you after a race soon in here, mate.
Oh, it'd be about time, hey. Yeah. I appreciate it, boys. Cheers for the comms, and yeah, hopefully we'll catch you around afterwards.
Yeah, good luck, mate. See ya.
Good luck.
As back to the action now, we see Muzzles reserving for Haas. Done a fantastic time there up into P3. I don't know if I'm saying his name right there, or that might be Muzz is big or Muzzles. I'm not too sure. I'll have to maybe clarify that another day, but we'll call him Muzzles for now because he's got the muzzles out. Aardvark there in P9, just sneaking into that top 10, so he's done an alright lap there with a 121.4. Your teammate, Jatuzi, in a bit of trouble, coming up to the line now, F7. He goes second fastest, so he's in no trouble at all there at the moment. Anyone else on a lap there, F7?
I believe that maybe Gritto is on the lap. He's burning. He just started.
Yeah, I'll let you take it away, mate. We'll go on board.
Yeah. As he's coming into the fourth turn, he's used a decent bit of ERS. He's in non-ERS, but it looks like that's what he's been choosing for these laps he's been doing. He's going to burn a little bit. He's going to flick it right into the fast right-hander. Get a little bit of a drift going towards the end. It's slightly misses the apex there, but he's going to recover from it. Alpine getting out of the way there, the good thing to do. Burn a little bit of ERS up to this next tight right-hander. Get it stopped, get it turned in nicely. He's not going to put it on the grass. He's going to burn a little bit extra on the exit there. He's going to come out of this final turn. He's probably going to burn it all up to the line. He's at a purple middle sector here. This could be a very good time from him. He's burning, coming through the fast, multiple left-handers here. He's gonna come across the line, and he's going to set a 119.9. And that puts him up to second, as Daz sets a 119.7. So, looks like they're starting to break into the 19s now.
Yeah, this track really looks like it's ramping up. We'll see the Kicks teammate. He's about to come over the line too, and he only can manage at 121.9, but he might just be starting a lap, not too sure. Who else we got coming towards the line? We've got a Mercedes coming up to the line there. I think that's White Cake who's on an out lap, so he's about to start a lap. We have, who else coming across the line there? Not sure if Gov's not on a lap.
Oh, it's not. No.
Nah, he's not on a lap. We got Aardvark on a lap. He needs to improve. He's coming through the second sector here. So we'll stay on board with Aardvark. We'll see what his time is through sector 2. Is he going to be up? Needs to get a 121.3 to be inside that top 10. As he comes through sector 2, he's on that battery. Waiting for the timing board to come up. He's 6/10 up, so that will see him go into the top 10 so far. Can he keep it together for this last part of the lap? The track is ramping right up too, so he might not even be safe anyway. But we're going to see him burn all the way down to the line. Up into 8th gear, 10% battery left, all the way to the line. What's he going to do? A 120.6 puts him up into P5. Will he be safe there, F7?
I'm not sure, as we just see NDNV set a 19.3. Not entirely sure what could be happening here. People could be improving, and it looks like they are, and he's dropped down to 7th already.
Yeah, guys are improving. There's guys on laps. As we see Deadly, he's coming around on a lap now. He's coming right up to the line. Is he going to improve? Yes, he is. He goes P6, and he's finished in P6. Aardvark down to P9. He could be in trouble here. We got SJ on a lap. He's one of the ones coming up towards the line now. He's following up. Footy Bender's coming to the line first. We'll see how he goes. He's 50% battery. What time's he going to do? Can he go better? Footy Bender goes fastest. Can SJ replicate that? He does. He goes third. And we see Aardvark out on Jatuzzi. But Jatuzzi could be on the lap. Take it away for us.
Jatuzzi, he's going to come into the final turn here. He's going to burn as much ERS as he can. This is prime time for him. He's going to be the final guy to come around and set a lap, I think. He's sliding a bit through the final turn. He's going to engage the ERS. He wants to set a good time here. I'm not sure what his sector splits were. He's going to try and keep it on the dry line to maximize his speed. He's going to come up to the line. He's going to run out of ERS. He pushes up into 7th. He's safe, knocking out Deadly Fuller.
Yeah, we've got Dutch coming up towards the line now. Is Dutch going to make a move? Is Kiwi going to end up falling out? No, Dutch can't go faster.
No.
Aardvark couldn't go faster. They are out. Oh, this is so unlucky. Deadly was showing the pace early in the qualifying, but he's he's missed out. Some very good laps flying in at the end there. We had SJ with a great lap. We had Footy Bender and Asfala Marty with a 119.1. That was a fantastic lap in this weather. And Jatuzzi, your teammate, just scraping through, mate. You managed to pull one out of the bag to get into that top 10.
Yeah, it's very lucky for him. Looked like he was going to be out in Q2, but a very good timed lap there. It's very, I believe he was the second last to come across the line that was setting a lap time, so he timed it perfectly.
Yeah, absolutely. That track progression towards the end of that there was really noticeable, as it looks like the rain's starting to ease up just that tiny bit. So we may see a little bit of a quicker last qualifying. But if we could get any of the eliminated drivers that want to join in the comms box, I think there was Deadly Fella, Datura, Dutch, or Aardvark, and Muzzles. Any of you guys want to jump into the comms box? Happy to do an interview through this final session of qualifying.
Aardvark has already jumped in if you want to start the interview.
Yeah, mate, you can take it away just while I go through the standings.
Obviously not what you wanted today, finishing in Q2 in qualifying. Are you looking to make these positions back in the race? Were you conscious of the possible drier race and making those changes in the setup?
Yeah, so I think people have sacrificed a bit of the race for quali. I mean, I don't see a reason why doing that, but yeah, I've looked at the race and I'm like, I'm going full for the race and not quali. Unfortunately, I got eliminated 13th. I had a pretty good lap. I got up to 5th, and then I just dropped down to 13th.
Yeah. It's not exactly what we wanted, but it looked like it also came down to a bit of timing, as there was some people behind you that were able to come through and on a drier lap and set their times.
Yeah, so we had gone out for 2 push laps. Usually on my first push lap in the wet, I kind of suck. The second push lap, I'm pretty good. I get within the flow. I know where I've made the mistake, and I'll make up that time on that second push lap. And unfortunately, we've gone out a bit too late, unlike we did for Q1. We went out pretty much right on time. Yeah, and unfortunately, we're too early in the queue, and yeah, people have gotten out before us. So yeah.
Well, I'll pass you over to Nishka if he's got any questions for you.
Yeah, Vark unlucky there, mate. Yeah, just looked like a bit of bad timing there, mate. The track was really progressing towards the end, a little bit early out there. We all know you got good pace. It's going to be a difficult task from here, mate.
Yeah, I mean, could be, but I think those DRS straights are going to help me a lot. Hopefully the trains aren't too big. And I pretty much got the tyre wear pretty much nailed down, so hopefully people not seeing the unexpected tyre wear will fall into victim of that. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. I think someone's got an echo there. One of you
Yeah, I've
guys.
just muted him.
Yeah. Yeah, good luck for the race, Arbach. Sorry, mate, I lost my train of thought there.
All good, man. I'm gonna go back to my race engineer. I'm gonna enjoy this Q3. Hopefully there isn't too much carnage. I kind of want it though. But yeah. Anyways, I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, absolutely. Good luck, mate.
Yeah,
good luck.
One of the guys that have jumped in, if you got the stream or something going in the background, can we please turn that down? It's becoming as echo.
Oh, that's probably just my mic, sorry.
We have Muzz, or Muzzles, as he's been calling him, in the call if you want to interview him, Nishka.
Yeah, mate. Yep. Fantastic. Reserving for Haas, mate. Unlucky to not get through to the last quali. Yeah, how are you sort of feeling towards the race, mate?
Yeah, well, it was kind of a last-minute call for me to be in this race, so I didn't really get that much practice in. Yeah, I'm one of the ones that, you know, got to set up more for the dry, hopefully, that we'll see in the race, hopefully, and I'm just gonna try and stay out of the carnage in the first few laps, because that's just kind of how I go.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a bit difficult. Not much practice, especially getting on this wet track as well. Hopefully with your setup, mate, and jumping into the race and now a few laps around the track, we'll be able to see you push through the field, mate. So, yeah, I'll hand you over to F7, see if he's got any questions for you.
Obviously we saw that you're knocked out now. It's not what you wanted. Looking into the race, it appears as though you're one of the guys that have set your car up for the dry. Are you looking to make those positions up in the race and be attempting to get into that top 10 and get some decent points?
Yeah, well, I think that's what everyone would want, but you know, I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm definitely not one of the faster drivers. I was trying, you know, keep it out of the wall, keep it out of the carnage and all that kind of stuff, and just kind of see where it puts me in the end of the race, and that normally works pretty well for me. So I guess we'll see how we go.
Um, reserving for Haas today. Is there any extra pressure being a reserve driver, being in this condition?
Yeah, well, I guess you got to impress the people so that they can see what you got and show the other drivers that you know you're there. You got a little bit of pace. So you need to watch out for me, that kind of stuff. But yeah, not really that much to think about other than just keep it out of the wall, I guess. Really.
Well, unlucky. Good luck in the race. I'll hand you back over to Nishka if he's got any further questions for you.
No further questions from me, mate. Good luck for the race, mate, and yeah, look forward to seeing you out there.
Yeah. Cheers. Good luck with the commentary, guys.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you.
Who else we got in here? F7.
I believe that's everyone. I don't think anyone else joined.
Okay, awesome. We'll get back into this action now as we see Asomani is gone P1 there. Gritto, his teammate, right behind him. Kiwi just behind them. NDMV. This is really close at the top here. Have to see how this goes as the track progresses at F7. Have you got a bit of a tip, mate? I know we put the prediction in. We've asked the guys who they think is going to get pole, but have you got a tip, mate?
It's a bit. I would say not someone that some people would expect me to say, but I think old footy bender. I put some points on him. I reckon he will come through today and get the pole position. I've seen him in the past be good in these wet to dry conditions, and it looks like by the end of this session we may be on that soft tire.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna predict Gritto for pole. I know he's up the top there now, but your prediction, mate. I'm gonna go on board with him, and you're gonna take us away for a lap with him.
Okay, he's coming up to the line here. It looks like the track is practically dry. It looks like it's barely raining. He's going to be in non-ERS. He's going to be pushing through these first two turns. A little bit of sliding. Looks like it's still that little bit wet out there. He's going to activate the overtake. Going to push to the point on that track. He's going to come down to the next turn. He's going to get it stopped. He's going to slide it. Oh, that's not what he wants. A lot of sliding. It's going to overheat those tyres, and it's going to be more difficult to keep it planted on the track. But he's coming into this middle sector here. It's sliding a lot, so I think he may have overheated those tyres a bit in those first two turns. He's going to go down to third. He's going to try and get a good exit through these two. Stay very tight with that long left-hander. That's what you want. He's going to come into this tight right-hander. Sort of flick it in. The back end kicks out a bit. Going to get on the power early. He's got 100% ERS. Hasn't used much of that middle sector. Gonna get it stopped into this final turn. He's gonna put the power down. He's gonna put the ERS on. Gonna get a decent exit. He's gonna burn all the way up to the line here. Gonna get that tighter line on the track to try and maximize his time here, and he's going to set a 19.5 that puts him up into P9.
Yeah, P9, as we're seeing now, looks like a couple of guys in the pits are starting to maybe think about putting softs on. It does look like it's getting drier. Are we going to see anybody game enough to come out on those softs? And yeah, it could be a gamble that pays off. We're going to have to just wait and see, aren't we, F7?
We see Flying Kiwi coming out on the inters, but as we look at him right now, it looks like it's still slightly raining, and there's still a little bit of water coming up off the track, but there is definitely that dry line. So I'm wondering if enough people are out here going for laps that track may dry off and he'll be able to you'll be able to set those times on the soft tires.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a last minute thing. If you're going to go out on those softs, I think you'll have to be waiting till it's really dry right at the end, as dry as it can be, to try and make the most out of them. As you can see, it could still be a bit difficult. It still looks like there's a bit of standing water off the racing line, so it's going to be really interesting to see what these guys do, and makes it really challenging for these guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, these mixed conditions, it's difficult to tell. You don't want to take that risk and go out on a set of softs too early. But we see someone's already out on those softs on an outlap, J2Z. But you definitely don't want to make the mistake of going out too early and maybe just not be able to get it back in time.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see what happens here. I wonder if Tuzi's gonna do a double outlap and just really get those tyres warmed up, or are we gonna see anybody else even attempt to come out on the softs? I'm not too sure, because you wouldn't want to be leaving it any later than what it is now. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see if Tuzi can get it done. We got some guys coming up towards the line now. We got Flying Kiwi. He's not on a lap yet. Daz looks like he may be on a lap. Tuzi's trying to wait to the last second. He's going very slow through that sector 3. Looks like he got out of the way of the guys real quick. Yeah, Daz, not sure if Daz is going for it here. He's got a lot of battery there. We'll have to see as he comes through the end of sector 2 whether he's actually trying to set a lap time here, or whether he's just waiting to have one last crack as well. As you see, Footy Bender then ended up into P2 now. Yeah. Oh, look, your
It looks
teammate
like
sliding everywhere. He's yeah, it's definitely not dries, as Dynasty Sparrow is saying in the chat now. It definitely ain't dries, and it's showing with him. Anybody else
yeah.
that we got on a lap now? I think NDMV is coming up towards the line, mate. We'll go with him, and we'll just slowly as they come across, mate. We'll trickle through their times.
Is burned the ERS. He's currently in P6. He wants to be higher. We've seen him get some very good positions. He's going to go pole. He's going to set at 18.3. So my prediction currently seems to be not exactly doing what I thought. But I think Flying Kiwi will be the next to cross the line.
Yeah, it looks that way. Is it Flying Kiwi going to come across the line next? Yep, it is.
Yeah. Burning the ERS down to the line. This would be interesting what he's going to set. And it goes up to P4. The next person is going to be his teammate, I believe. Going through this final corner. Never mind, it was Greedo who sets a 17.9. 4/10 faster than NDNV. That puts him back onto pole. Provisional pole, sorry. As Daz is coming around the final corner. SJ jumps up into P2 with an 18.002. Daz up into P2 again, a 17.9. Devo gonna come across the line. He's used all of his ERS. He jumps up to P4. So seems to be that Greedo has gotten pole position by 1,000th of a second over Daz.
Yeah, is NDMV finished? Yes, he has. He's gone into the pit. So yeah, Greedo with a massive lap there gets pole. Daz, man, how close is that? Look how close that is. That is so unfortunate for Daz, but still on the front row. And a bit of a change in form for this man here. He started the season off, yeah, with not the greatest luck, not the greatest form, but getting that P3 last week and now putting it P3 in qualifying. I think the man in the Williams seat will be very happy. SJ.
He looks like he's not exactly happy with that. He wanted to get that P3 on the track, but it's definitely looks like it's going to kickstart some form in him. It's going to get some of his confidence.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Yeah, we've seen a big turnaround in him in the last couple of weeks, mate. Yeah, and likewise could be said about Eden V. We've seen him have a rough time of it out in Baku. but he really put it back together last weekend. P5's nothing to be sneezed at from NDMV. But yeah, very difficult qualifying for these guys, and it's going to be interesting to see how the race goes, mate. Have you got any sort of predictions, mate, or you want to wait until we see the weather?
Some of the drivers were saying earlier that there may be rain at the start, but it'll really be dependent on how long that rain is. Is it going to go deep into the race, or is it going to just stop after a couple of laps? And there is no rain. The drivers that have altered their setups for the wet weather conditions have made a mistake, it appears.
Yeah, it's looking very dry, mate, at the moment. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see if there maybe is some rain coming back in later in the day. But at the moment, it looks dry, but it still does have cloudy skies. So there's every possibility that there could be rain in the race. So we'll just have to wait and see how that one plays out, mate. But once these drivers are ready, mate, and we get the red lights, I'll let you take us away for the beginning of the Brazilian Grand Prix.
Thank you. The drivers are, and we're here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lights out and away we go. As a bit of a jolt across there from Daz, and someone's in the wall. Someone's in the wall at the back. Both Kick Sowers are in the wall. Daz has lost his front wing. There's some movements up the front. There's a 10-second penalty for Aardvark, and it's a VSC already.
Wow, that was absolutely crazy start there. I didn't quite catch what happened there. I just seen the aftermath. I was looking at the front. But yeah, as we see, it looks like both kicks are missing their wings. We've seen Aardvark with a penalty for a collision with Jatuzzi. Looks like he's got no wing too. Aardvark doesn't have any damage by the looks of it, so he might be okay, but he has a penalty. Yeah, big drama here at the start of this race. This has been a common theme for Division 5 at the start of the race. We've seen this at Baku as well. We've seen with the red flag, and yeah, not the ideal start for Division 5. But back up the front there, did most of these guys get away unscathed? It looks like they did. They were fairly clean up towards the front. We see Deadly Fella's up quite a few positions. He's up there at P6, so he's had a pretty good start. We'll have a look at what sort of tyres these guys are on. Yeah, mixed strategies here. Guys starting on hards, guys starting on mediums. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this sort of plays out. F7.
Bit of a split strategy. I think a lot of drivers at the front, obviously it's not as it was earlier as people have fallen down, but I think a lot of the drivers at the front probably would have gone on the mediums, and Muzz is big, has retired from the session. He jumped up a couple of places, didn't get any damage, and now is out of the race.
Yeah, what's happened there? Yeah, that's a strange one to retire from the session. I don't think if you're trying to find a way into a full-time seat and you're a reserve, I think that's not the right way to be going about it. There's obviously a lot of points still on the table here, and to do that, it's disappointing for D Watt. I don't think he'll be too happy with that. So, yeah, obviously still has the one driver in there of Shaz, who's up from the back, up to P13. D Watt will be happy about that, but yeah, the reserve retiring, I don't think he'll be too pleased with that. As we see, Datura has gone on to Inters. So whether that's giving him a game glitch, that's terrible news for Datura if that's what's happened. And yeah, and we see Milano in the Alpine's gone on to softs, so that's an interesting decision too. F7, what is going on in this race?
Yeah, and earlier I saw the 10-second flash up for Deadly Fuller. He got a 10-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags.
Oh no, that's a disaster for a lot of these drivers. They've got pens, they've gone on to soft tyres, they've gone on to Inters. I don't know what's going on. We lost multiple wings around that first lap. Other than the first 5, it's been an absolute disaster behind there.
We saw people in the chat are saying that that both the kicks or one of the kicks may have not gone off the start as quick as some others and has attempted to get out of the way and has taken his other kick driver out and put them both in the wall and then taken out some other drivers, causing the penalties and damage to come flying through.
Yeah, that's not ideal. When we see Muzz had some family issues and had to retire the car, we hope all is well, mate, with your family. Yeah, that's unfortunate for you, mate. We'll get another prediction in F7. We will go another safety car before lap 15.
Yeah, I think that should be good. As we see RJ has come through in the chat, it says that his prediction for the podium will be P1 Footy Bender, who's currently in P5, P2 SJ, who's currently in P3, and P3 NDNV, who is currently P8. So some possibly audacious predictions there for NDNV to jump up 5 places.
We'll save that predictions for later on, RJ. We'll get to that as it gets a bit closer, mate. We'll try to roll a few more predictions through before then, because obviously we have to wait a long time to get the result of that one. So yeah, we'll put a few more other ones in first, mate, and then we'll get to that a bit later on.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts about the start so far, F7?
It was a very chaotic start, and in qualifying and in some of the interviews we were saying that it was going to be chaos at the start, and it looks like Deadly Fuller has also pit to get off of that 10-second penalty, which is probably a very smart choice, as you don't want that looming over your head as it gets closer to the end of the race.
Yeah, interesting one. Interesting one here. He did start on those medium tyres. It'll be interesting to see now with this early safety car, if he's gone a harder allocation, could he possibly go a one stop from here and go hard? Do we think F7?
I think so. As in some practice, I was able to get that hard tyres 20 laps, and the safety car comes in this lap.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on that. What Deadly chooses to do from there with starting on those medium tyres. We'll have to see if he does choose to do that. But I'll take the safety car restart away as we've got Gritto stacking them up. When's he going to take off? We'll have to see as he goes now. And we got Devo in second. He's right behind him. SJ all over it in third. He's got as for Marty, all for company there. As these four sort of break away there a little bit at the front, we'll sort of stick with that battle as they're pretty close together.
Oh,
what do we happen there? We got Panda going down the... Oh, he's way off the track. Not sure what's happened there. You've probably seen that one a bit better than me. They're too wide through the first sector. There's multiple cars getting in trouble as Deadly picks up another 3 seconds. So a lot of penalties for Deadly early in this race. As we sort of move back towards the front, we gave a big gap forming behind Min-May. Jatuzzi, was he involved in that again? I'm not too sure. He's lost a bit of time. We go back up. We got Aardvark all over the back of NDMV. Can he get a move done?
yeah.
As we see, Datura's up a lot of positions there from the restart. He's up to P12.
Oh.
So, whoa, what's happened here? Where are we looking?
Aardvark has just absolutely sent a dive down the inside of NDNV, and I don't think he got any damage, but it looks like he kind of hit his car there.
Yeah, we don't want to be using other cars as braking boards, but so we're going to go on board with NDMV. Vettel's requested an on board, so take it away for us, F7.
We see behind him he's going to got Min-May for company, as they're going to go through this first sector here. We saw he had that little moment with Aardvark, and it looks like Aardvark seems to have come off better there, and has taken the position, but is currently trying to stay in front of Min-May. He was kind of all over the back of him down that front straight, but he's been able to bring the gap out a little bit. currently trying to chase down Aardvark, who has that 10-second penalty, and he did not serve it under that safety car. But coming in through this, into the second sector now, through this long left, the two behind him are getting quite close. But it seems to be that Aardvark has gapped him by a second, or it's thereabout. They're pushing, but looks like Aardvark is going to break the DRS, and that means that the guys behind NDMV will be all over him down this straight unless he's able to break into the DRS, which he isn't.
Yeah, he's falling out of that DRS now, and he's going to come under all sorts of pressure from Mid-May, as we see Jatuzzi all over the back of Mid-May also. So, yeah, NDMV not had the greatest start here on those medium tyres, which, yeah, would have been hoping for better. As we go more towards the front, we see the two Red Bulls, they're out in the lead now, both of them. Guido's gapped them, he's 2 seconds in front. Devo's just going to come under pressure now by SJ, who's on those hard tyres. He's one that's going to be stronger towards the back end of this stint, I think, F7, and he's going to be looking to get up onto that podium position once again.
Currently battling with Devo, who's on the medium tyres. He's going to go down the inside. This is a very good overtake there, as he's able to, what looks to be, just carry more speed through the corner and just have more speed on the exit.
Yeah, it's an interesting one here, F7. The guys on the medium tyres look to be struggling quite a bit here. As we've seen, Asfalamani, he got past and out of that DRS, but we see SJ on those hard tyres has closed that gap up. So he's going to get on the back of there. So the guys, these medium runners, they're in a little bit of trouble here at the moment. These hard tyres are looking really good, as we see Quiet Cake closing up on the back of Devo now as well.
Yeah. And just going back to that incident we had between earlier, I believe that MSG was going for a move down the inside of Mr. Panda into the first turn, and I'm not sure if Mr. Panda may have cut across, or if MSG kind of sent it down the inside, but there was contact and they both spun around, and MSG had to pit due to losing half of his front wing.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, mate, as we see, yeah, we're seeing a bit of a DRS train forming here through this middle sector, aren't we? Footy Bender all up behind Aardvark. They've both got pens. Milano on those soft tyres down the back there, he looks to be really struggling. Yeah, 5.6 seconds behind. Maybe that wasn't the right choice. We got Deadly and Datura, they're trying to work their way up from the back of the field after those penalties early on, and yeah, I'm not sure what happened with Datura with those going on to those inters. That's really hurt him, but he's looking to work back into the race now. Not sure what's happening with Jatuzzi here. It looks like he's kind of struggling into a couple of these corners and losing a lot of time, but he looks really fast in the straight, so maybe a bit of a setup thing there for Jatuzzi. We'll have to see if he can work his way into the race. As we go back towards the front, we've got Devo, Aardvark now getting past Devo. So, yeah, really sort of starting to struggle on those medium tyres. As we see, Husey says in the chat, Jatuzzi is lagging a little bit. So, yeah, that wouldn't be making the job any easier for him.
Yeah. Astif Lamadi and SJ were getting quite close on that lap there, as SJ was able to get a good overtake down past him into the first turn, but as the second DRS straight is the next straight, he was able to just go back up past and regain the second position.
Yeah, we might go on board for a lap with SJ, and we'll give the owner a bit of love, and we'll see how he goes here as he's looking to get this move done, and he's done that very nicely. He's gone straight up the inside there, and yeah, really looking like he's got some serious pace today, but he's got a big job ahead of him now. Guido 4 seconds up the road. Can he start to wind that in now with some clear air? We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, he's going to have Asfalamadi coming straight back at him here. Can he hold him off? But Quiet Cake also joining in. Yeah, this is a good sort of battle up for this P2 at the moment, F7.
Yeah, some very good defense there shown by SJ. He came across to the middle of the track to block Asif to try and get the overtake, and then just able to get the better exit, as these hards are definitely coming into their own as these mediums are starting to fall off.
Yeah, absolutely. We see a couple of guys back towards the back there already ducking in. We see a Rack Lobster. He's jumped in. He's got onto a fresh set of hards. Milano, he'd gone onto the pits. He's in P18 on those hards. See if he can start making some ground now. But as we see, Quiet Cake now all over the back of Asfal Amadi. We'll have to see if he can get a job done. Down into turn 1. He's burning that battery. Has a little look. Goes up
Ooh!
alongside, makes contact, spins. That's carnage there.
Oh!
That was a dangerous and ambitious move, making contact with the Williams and spinning himself out there. That was not the greatest move there from the Mercedes. I think Vettel will be pulling his hair out a little bit there, as we see that noted by the onboards. So that will get looked at after. Thankfully, it didn't cost anybody else but himself a lot of positions there.
Yeah, I think there may have been some damage as Aardvark is missing half of his missing the end plate on his front wing. So I think he spun back onto the racing line, and it gave some drivers not a lot of time to react to it.
Oh, that's unfortunate for Aardvark. He already had that penalty, and now, yeah, he's looking like he's probably going to have to go into the pits now, change that wing, but he'll be able to serve his penalty. As we see Husey saying he hit Aardvark. Obviously I kind of missed that there, mate. And all the carnage going on. It's unfortunate for him.
We
We'll
see
head... Yep, go ahead.
Asif Alamadi has dived into the pits to get off of those medium tires. He's probably realised that he's struggling a bit, and he's just dived into the pits. And we saw Aardvark as well off of those 11 old hards as he got the front wing damage. Both have pitted.
Yeah, unbelievable. Now we see a DMV coming up into P3 now on those lap 11 old mediums, doing a fantastic job. Devo just behind him, and Minmay. Wonder how long these guys are going to go before they actually come in and get onto the hards. Iraq Lobster up into P13, as we're saying, from Dynasty Sparrow there. Getting a huge undercut. So we're gonna see a lot of these guys are on different strategies. F7. We're gonna have to see what's gonna happen from here.
The split in strategies is definitely going to affect this race, but I think that Iraq Lobster had to make an early pit stop, and it seems to have been paying off for him, as he's currently on those about to be 3-lap old hards, sitting in P13. He's never mind, that may have just been lag. Sorry. He's jumped up to P13. He's jumped Asif Alamadi, and is now going to jump Old Footy Bender as well.
Yeah, as we've seen just coming out of those first two turns there, we've seen just a little bit of contact between Jatuzi and I think it may have been the Mercedes. I can't be sure, but Jatuzi ended up going off the track and losing a couple of positions now to a couple of other drivers. The Williams getting past him up into P7. And Jatuzi not having the nicest of races tonight, F7.
No. He started in P8. He got up a couple positions at the start, then had no front wing, had to make a pit stop to refit it, and he's jumped back up to P8. It looks like he has the pace this week. He's just not been able to keep it out of the collisions. As Quiet Cake's going to come down the inside of him at this first turn, it's going to slightly force him a little bit wide there. But he's going to go back. Oh, it's just completely cut the track there. Has Quiet Cake to gain that position. I'm not sure if you saw that.
Yeah, it was interesting. We've seen it could have been forced off the track. Not too sure though. I'm sure it'll get looked at that were there. But yeah, obviously these guys hard racing. They're fighting for positions. As we see a bit of action going on down the back of the field there, we have Aardvark getting past his teammate and now getting past Flying Kiwi. So he's on the march after having a tough time of it. As we see, Jatuzi now picking up 3 seconds. So we'll have just a quick look, mate. We'll have a look at what sort of penalties are going on. We got Deadly with a 3 second, Devo with a 3 second. As we see Deadly now.
Oh,
Whoa, what's happened there? Something's happened there. We're just trying to get up to that. Because we've seen Deadly come up in position.
Minmay was just parked on the inside just before that final turn. It seemed to be that he's had a moment and he's just parked up on the inside. It looks like he's coming into pit from these old mediums. Maybe the wear and tear was getting to him.
Yeah, absolutely. As we'll get back onto the tyre situation, and we'll as we can see, Tuzi's now up to P6 there. Deadly climbing all the way up to P4, even though he got that 10-second penalty. So, and on a bit fresher tyres than those front 3 F7. So he's having a fantastic race, and gonna be interesting to see how he goes. We got Jatura down in P9, having a fantastic race on the 5-lap hards. He's got himself to P9. He could be in a fantastic position from here, mate.
Yeah, he'll be looking at all of these drivers behind him pitting from the front, and he'll be very happy that he's going to be able to jump all of them. But we see that VX Gredo has jumped him and is now on the mid. But I think that, I don't know if he was forced to pit early off of damage or something, but he is definitely capitalizing. As up the front, SJ has pitted from P1. It's pit, but I'm just looking. NDNV is still on the mediums.
Yeah, I think SJ pitting there was a bit of a reaction to Grudo coming into the pits, but yeah, NDNV doing a fantastic job here on those 15-lap mediums. He may be looking to try and one-stop this, and this could be a master strat as we look and see everybody else on pretty much on the 2-stop.
Yeah, I think a lot of drivers will be looking at that one-stop and thinking, there's a lot of tyre saving involved in that strategy, and it looks like he may have been able to pull off the tyre saving necessary to get the win today with the one-stop.
Yeah, absolutely. If he's managed to stay out this long on those tyres, he's been keeping some fantastic pace. If that's the strategy that he's going for, this could be a real masterstroke from NDMV and the Ferrari team. So we're going to have to keep a close eye on that. We'll have to see when he's going to pit. But yeah, where have we got? We got a bit of a battle. We got Gudo coming through the pack there, looking to get the move done on Jatuzi. Is there anybody you want to go on a lap with, mate?
I think Jatuzi in the Greedo battle right now is pretty intense as they go through the first turns there. Greedo was able to get the move, but he's already got that gap up because, as we know, he's on those 2-lap mediums, so he's going to have the tyre advantage on everyone around him right now.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. He's burning away from Jatuzi. He's got those fresh tyres. He's looking to get back up to the front. We see SJ's kind of on those fresh tyres too.
Oh.
What have we got happening, mate? Where are we talking?
I was just on board with Jatuzi for a second, and it appears just before the fast right-hander, he dipped a tyre in the grass and had a massive snap.
Oh,
lost a considerable amount of time.
It's not ideal for him, but we'll stick with this battle here. We got Devo and we got Min-May. They're on those fresher tyres. They got Shaz just in front of them, so we might just stick with this one, mate, as you see Min-May coming all over the back of Shaz there. So these guys are going to be in an interesting battle there. I'll let you take the comms away, mate, and I'll get these predictions sorted.
Great. As the 3 of them here, Shaz on the older tyres is going to be in front. The 2 behind him are going to have DRS. He's had a bad exit from the final corner. It's hindered Min-May a little bit. There's a little bit of contact down the straight, and now Min-May and Devo have gotten past, but Devo doesn't have the DRS. Min-May does. He's going to come up the inside down the straight and just go right past him there, of capitalizing on what may have been a little bit of a mistake from Shaz there, caused him to go up 2 positions instead of 1. And now Devo will have the DRS on him behind him, but is not going to do that much as he runs a little bit wide and misses the apex.
Yeah,
And
absolutely, mate.
Daz was also able to get past Shaz there.
Yeah, so yeah, Shaz losing out now on those 17 lap hards. We'll have to see how long he's going to take them for. Is he just going to keep going on them and try and get a one stop happening as well, or yeah, are we going to see? Yeah, are we going to see him come into the pitch shortly? We don't know. As we see a few things happening up near the front, we see NDMV finally coming in. 18 laps, he got those mediums. He is going to be on fresh hards, and he's going to be able to go all the way to the end now from there, I would think. And he's in a really strong position because most of these guys are going to have to pit again, F7.
Yeah, he's gonna be looking at the drivers in front of him. He's gonna be thinking. He's gonna put out lap after lap after lap of just consistency, but he wants consistency and he wants good lap times, but he doesn't want to wear out his tires too fast here, as the whole purpose of him going so long on those mediums is for him to be able to bet on the guys that need to pit again, not being able to make up that 20-second pit stop time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting to see what happens there. He's on the fresher tyres now as well, so he's going to be able to make up some positions, you think, through that field. But it's going to be whether when these guys pit, whether he can hold them off on their fresher tyres. That's going to be the question, I think, F7. So we'll have to see if he can pull this off, but it's going to be a master strap, mate.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen a single one-stop so far this weekend. If he can pull this off and win the race, then I think a lot of the drivers in Div 6 and Div 3 will be looking at it and going, should I be considering the one-stop as the better pit strategy for the race?
Yeah, absolutely. They'll be definitely thinking about it. I know from when I was practicing, I was finding it very hard with the tyres, so I'd have to make some serious tweaks if I was to think about doing it. So that's what makes this super impressive from him. Bit of a tyre whisperer, you could say, in the MV. Yeah. What have we got now? We got Minmay and Daz sort of having a close sort of battle through the middle there. Devo in there as well with some of those pens. We look back towards Dutch now. Dutch on those newer tyres. He's coming back up to the Asphalt Amati. He might look to try get a move done here as they sort of head into the straight. He's all over the back of him, gets the better traction. He's going to get it done even before the DRS zone pops up. So yeah, that's fantastic for him, and he's going to break away now with that double dose. Well, not double dose, but the dose of DRS, and he didn't even need it to get the overtake done.
Dutch will be looking to try and keep up with NDNV, as they're about on the same lap tires, but Dutch started on the hard tires, so not too sure what his plan is from here. If he's to go on a push stint on these hards and then go on a push set on the mediums until the end. Or at least
do we have a prediction in the chat? Anyone in the chat got a prediction for us that we can put in before sort of lap 30? We'll get an answer before lap 30. Send some ideas in, guys. Unless you've got something F7 that you can think of.
Maybe another safety car one. Probably see a safety car before lap 30.
Yep. Will we see safety car before lap 30?
And Deadly Fuller has come into the pits off of those 18 lap old hards. I think 18 laps, and he's gone on to another set of hards.
Yeah, I did say he might do that. He started on the mediums, remember, and he had to pit on lap 1. So I did say he might try and one-stop it with 2 sets of hards from there. So he will go all the way from here, and it'll be interesting to see where he ends up, mate.
Yeah, it's a good strategy, I think, from him. He's going to have the hard tyres that are going to be better than anyone in front of him, possibly, right now. So what are we looking for is to just push past these guys in front of him, get past them all, and try and build up the gap to be able to be challenging with his teammate up there for P1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, absolutely. As we see Grito now coming into the pits now, he's reacting. He's seeing NDMV coming up that order now. He knows he needs to go in now because he was losing time rapidly. And yeah, he would have too much work to do. As Datura comes in, gets a 10-second for speeding in the pit lane. That's absolute disaster for Datura. NDMV up to P3 now. Let's see what sort of undercut he's done on Grito, and let's see what the damage is. As where's Grito going to come out? He's still just coming out of the pits now. He's going to be in P8. He is a long way behind NDMV. He's got a lot of work to do. This is going to be a real interesting race, F7.
The gap to NDMV is about 4 seconds here, but Grito comes out behind Minmay and Dat, who we have seen have been battling very close for the past few laps, battling for these two positions. So he's going to have to get past these two before he can think about mounting a charge trying to catch up to NDNV.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be a super interesting race. You've got Deadly there on those jihads as well. He's there in P10, so he's all over the back of Aardvark now. So we'll stick with this one. We'll see if he can get the job done on Aardvark on those 11 lap hards. We got Grito on the fresh hards right in front of them, so he'll be looking to get past and try and chase down Grito. But Grito's had fantastic pace all day. As Grito's looking to get a move done as well, he gets past Minmay. He's now going to be setting out after Daz. We'll go with that in a second. As we see contact there. Oh, Aardvark spinning into the first quarter there. Deadly just driving off. I dare say that one will be looked at, but we don't know. Yeah, what way that one will go. As now we'll push back up towards Grito, as he looks like he's got the move done on Daz as well. He is making an absolute march back towards the front here. He's closing that gap down. NDMV will be sweating. He's on the 4-5 lap old harder tyres. As we got Dutch and Footy Bender in between them. It's going to be about, can Grito clear these two and get onto the back of him? We see SJ in the lead. He's out in the lead by 5 seconds. Will he make a reaction to these guys going into the pits? He decides to stay out. So yeah, he's going to keep going. He's going to see if he can get his hards maybe all the way to the end, which will be a fair achievement. He'd have to get them 20 laps, but yeah, he's going to have NDMV all over the back of him anytime now, because he's only 6 seconds behind on those a little bit fresher tyres.
We have an onboard view with Minmay for a lap.
Yep.
And just about SJ, he started on the set of hards. He's going to have to make another pit stop this race. So it'll be interesting to see what he does now, as he's going to have to go to the mediums at the end of this race. But there's only 11 laps left.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he'll be thinking about pitting anytime soon. What we'll do, we'll jump on board with Minmay, mate, and you can take away the lap of Minmay.
Okay. Minmay currently in P7. He's got Deadly Fuller trying to catch up to him behind on the fresh tyres. He's got Daz and Footy Bender battling in front of him. These three have been battling all day for this, right now would be P5 position, but they've been battling all race, him and Daz, and Footy Bender has just been caught up to by the two of them. And he's going to have DRS on Footy Bender and on Daz here. Interesting to see what he's going to do. And Footy Bender is going to dive into the pits here on those 12 lap old hard. We're going to stay on board with Minmay. He's going to try and catch back up to the back of Daz, who's got a little bit of a lock up. He's run a bit wide into turn 1. Is he going to be able to capitalise on that slight mistake? He's within DRS range, but I think he's a little bit too far away right now to make that move. They're going to come into this next tight section. This is where they're going to get quite close to each other, possibly where Minmay may be able to make possibly a risky move, as we've seen these two get very close through the middle sector.
Yeah, absolutely. F7, he's looks like he's trying to close that gap up, but Daz looks like he's doing just enough through this middle sector to hold him out of that DRS. And yeah, so that was the lap there with Mid-May as they'll make their way down the straight. But we'll go back towards the front. We see Dutch Verstappen all over the back of NDMV, looking to try and get a move done around the outside. NDMV holds his line to the inside. They come through this sector too wide. They're still too wide. There's a bit of bumping there, but not too bad from those guys. And Dutch gets the move done, and he goes into P1 because we've seen SJ now react, and he is into the pits. He's onto those mediums. Where will he come out? And we see Deadly Fella picked up another penalty. A lot of penalties coming in for Deadly Fella tonight, which is really harming him, because if he didn't have that 10-second stop go, he's probably in a very good position in this race. But yeah, obviously the penalty's starting to stack up. But SJ just coming out in front of Quiet Cake, so just saving himself from the undercut from Quiet Cake. And yeah, SJ now with that clear track, he'll be setting out after Jatuzi.
He's going to look in front of him. He's got about 10 seconds to Greedo here. But the guys in front of him are all on the worn hard tyres. Or maybe not exactly worn, but older hard tyres. So he's going to have to try and push to get past these three to try and make a charge for that P3, P2 or P1 position.
Yeah, absolutely. Those fresh mediums, they're going to be super fast. So it's going to be interesting to see if he can navigate through the traffic, try and get himself back up on that podium. But we see Grudo and NDMV here. These guys are on different strategies. We've got the one stop, we've got the two stop going on here. And yeah, we'll see if Grudo can get the job done on NDMV. But NDMV not giving up on Dutch Verstappen, who's now in the lead. He's come out of nowhere a little bit here, F7.
Yeah, come out of nowhere. Currently just checking something. Dutch Verstappen is yet to make a second pit stop. Sorry, he went hard, and now he needs to go mediums.
Oh, so he's on a similar strategy to SJ. So when will we see him pit? Will we see him react to SJ's pit stop? Will we see him come in? Going to be interesting to see what happens there. As we see, yes, he ducks in right now. So NDMV will now be the leader of this race, but he has Grudo for company. Grudo having a look up the inside. This is for the lead of the race. And Grudo looks to get the job done. NDMV on those older tyres. He looks like he may have to settle for second here. We got Deadly Fella up into P3. He does have penalties. We'll have to see how much penalties he has. He has 6 seconds. We've got the Turo with 10 seconds. So these guys are on big penalties. So SJ is in a fantastic position here to take out a podium. He, both those drivers in front of him, both with massive penalties. But Jatuzi, looking to get the job done around the outside on those older tyres, gets it done. So we'll have to see if SJ can get that position back. But Jatuzi having a pretty good race, considering the sort of start he had to get up into P5.
Looks like SJ is currently battling to get past J2Z. So this is not what he'll be wanting. Because J2Z is on the worn hard tyres and SJ is on 2-lap old mediums. He'll be wanting to make a sprint. He's going to make quite the dive down the inside, going towards the final few turns. I think he should have waited until he got the first dose of DRS. But it is his decision to make that move. He's going to try and burn to keep him behind him here. And Shaz gets another 3 seconds. Does not look like this race is going his way. But look at this, J2Z is coming right up, and he's just going to go straight DRS.
Yeah, you're definitely right there, but I think now if SJ can get the job done through this second DRS zone, if he can get in front, I think he will pull away through that second sector on those fresher tyres. So we'll have to see. Jatuzi with some good defending there. Does look like SJ's got the battery to get that job done, so yeah, that's really unfortunate for him at the moment. Yeah, really just hurting those medium tyres and hurting his gap to the cars in front in this little battle here. As we see out in front, Grudo has now dropped NDMV. NDMV now will just be looking to consolidate that P2 on that fantastic one-stop strategy. He has a 5-second buffer over Deadly, who is trying to get out after him, but there's a lot of penalties behind him. So these front two, they look like they've got the race between them, unless we see something crazy like a safety car. But yeah, the mid pack is where all the action's happening. We've got SJ now has got past them and is trying to get away from Quiet Cake and Jatuzi. Quiet Cake also not out of this for a podium. He is on those medium tyres too, so he will be super rapid. SJ defends the inside here. Quiet Cake with that speed up tries to go around the outside here. They come side by side. A little bit of a bump, a little bit of a spin. Oh no, that's going to be looked at for sure. Unfortunate for Quiet Cake. Yeah, a little bit of a coming together. Yeah, but that's really unfortunate for those guys there. And brings Jatuzi right back into it.
Yeah, and just thinking about driver of the day here, as we've got 5 laps to go. Who do you think your nomination is going to be?
Yeah, driver of the day here. Yeah, this is a bit of a tough one because we've got those two guys that are up a long way. Deadly Fella and Racked Lobster. They've both had good drives, but they got a lot of penalties. So I'll have to give my nomination for driver of the day. I'm going to give it to NDMV. It's fantastic to try and do a one-stop around here. He looks to have that P2 sewn up, and yeah, I'm going to give mine to NDMV. What about yourself, mate?
I think I'm going to give mine to Dutch Verstappen. He's currently up P6, currently up 6 positions, sitting in P6. He could possibly get the podium here, as he's got no penalties. And maybe not a podium, but he can get 4th position here as Deadly Fuller and Iraq Lobster in front of him. They have penalties, and if him and SJ can make a charge, they could possibly get those positions. So mine would be Dutch Verstappen.
Yep, that's fair enough, and we'll get that in. We'll get that in right now, mate. If you want to take away this action, I'll stick with Dutch Verstappen and SJ because they're having a fantastic battle here, and this is probably for P3.
Yeah. SJ seems to be struggling slightly through this middle sector. He's currently only got 38% battery, and while Dutch has 80%, it seems to not be using his ERS efficiently as Dutch is, as he's right on the back of him and he's saved about 40% more. It's going to burn down this straight. He might even get past him before the DRS. He's going to go, and he does. He's made the move before he got the DRS. That is something that is he's got very good ERS management, and he's been able to capitalize maybe off a poor exit from that final corner from SJ. And SJ is almost fallen out of DRS already. I believe he does have it anyway, but it looks like he's fallen out of that second gap. This is what Dutch wants to be saying, as he's currently within the 10 seconds of Iraq Lobster in front of him, and within the 6 seconds of Deadly Fuller. So these two in front of him are going to get these penalties, and he's going to jump up into what would seem to be P3 right now.
Yeah, absolutely. As we've seen a bit of a battle going on in the back there with Minwei, Aardvark, and Daz. There was a bit of bumping going on through that first sector, and Minwei was the winner out of all that. He's up into P10. As we see the penalties now, Rack Lobster with those 10 seconds, Deadly Fellow with the 6 seconds, Jatuzi with the 3 seconds. Then we see Footy Bender with 6 seconds. As we see Minmay go off the track there. Yeah, not too sure what happened there. That was just a bit of a mistake. And then all the drivers down the bottom have either got 6 seconds or 3 seconds. But yeah.
Shaz's God seems to have made a mistake. He's currently off in turn 1 here, in quite the odd position. I'm not too sure what happened there, but he was just parked along that wall, kind of edging towards the track.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for him. Down into P18 hasn't been the sort of race for the Haas guys. Yeah, with Muzz DNFing early, and then Shaz in P18. Not the sort of race for that D White would have been hoping for, but yeah, nonetheless they're out there, they're having a crack, man, and that the Haas team's been under a lot of pressure, a lot of change has happened. I think D White's doing a fantastic job making sure his seats are full each week, and yeah, really unlucky.
Mm. And looks like Dr. Stappen is closing up the gap to the two in front of him, Deadly Fuller and Iraq Lobster. And NDNV, currently sitting in P2, still has not got a penalty, which is he'll be very happy with. And is pulling off the one stop, something that a lot of drivers would not have thought of.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, been a fantastic drive from NDMV. We might just stick on board with him. There's a lot of gaps in the field now, mate. It's yeah, we're winding down to the race, but we'll have a look at NDMV and we'll have a look at Griddo. Give them a bit of airtime. They've kind of been out in the front on their own, and yeah, once we get to this last lap, mate, I'll let you take it away with we'll go on board with Griddo and we'll yeah say some things along the way, mate.
This Greedo is stayed out front almost. He's stayed out front almost all race. There's a Mercedes off in the background. Quiet Cake, I think, is in the wall. Just to take a quick snap away from Greedo. Quiet Cake, I think, was around in the wall at the back there.
Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, it looks like he's fairly on his own there. I don't know whether he's had a coming together with somebody or not, but yeah, that's unfortunate for the Mercedes driver down some of those positions. But he might gain some back with some of these penalties that are in front of him. But yeah, we'll go back to the front, mate. We'll stay with Griddo. Yeah, it's been a fantastic drive from him. He's done a fantastic job. Indian V in that P2. Fantastic drive from him, making that one-stop work.
Oh,
what's happened
he's
here?
made a mistake.
Oh no, we're
He's
going to
made a
stick with.
mistake.
Oh, Griddo's made a massive mistake. Wow, this has opened the door for NDMV. Can he get the win now? Oh no, that's a bit of heart and mouth
He's got
stuff for the Red Bulls. Yeah, he's going to have
the DRS
DRS.
advantage.
This could be very interesting down to the line. We're going to have to stick with this as Asfal Amadi is retired. I'm not sure what's happened there. Severe collision with Aardvark.
Oh no!
Oh no! NDMV's off the track! Oh no, that's disaster too. It's Iraq Lobster. We're going to watch the Deadly Fella gets up into third. We see Dutch. Dutch now is going to be in P2. Oh no!
Oh!
Absolute disaster for NDMV there. Dutch gets P3. Dutch gets P2, sorry. NDMV P3. We see Deadly Fella holding on to P4. That's been a fantastic drive from him. And SJ rounding out the top 5. No, wowee. That is absolute shame for NDMV. Obviously still fantastic finish on the podium, making that one-stop work. He had the sniff there for a P1. Maybe got a little bit too excited on those older tyres and he's lost it on the last corner and ended up in P3, but nonetheless, fantastic drive from him. Yeah, F7, please talk me through it.
It looked like a VX Griddo may have dipped a tyre in the grass before that fast right-hander, causing him to have a massive snap and getting NDNV right up behind him. NDNV was following very close to him and was wanting to get the best exit possible. I think he got on the power too early, maybe put a tyre wrong on the curb slightly, has a massive snap of oversteer, and puts it on the grass, causing him to lose possible P1 and a P2.
Yeah, very unfortunate for him. As we see on the podium, the Red Bull driver of Griddo just showing off a bit of his soccer skills. Maybe he likes a bit of FIFA as well. But yeah, then rounding out the podium of Dutch had a fantastic drive, and NDMV both likewise. Fantastic drives from those guys. Fantastic race. As we see, cleanest driver went to mid-May. If you can write that in the chat for me there, F7. Yeah, and driver of the day. Did we get a result for driver of the day there?
Yes, I believe it was NDNV.
The NDMV, very well deserved driver of the day. NDMV, if you would like to join the comms box and come have a chat with us for being driver of the day, mate. And also the podium and winner, can you all join the comms box? And yeah, we will go over the race as we see.
Mm. It's a very
There's our
interesting ending
results
to the
there.
race. It was
Yeah,
a very interesting ending to the race. NDNV, very, very unfortunate ending for him. That was very, very unlucky.
yeah, was very unlucky. Yeah, so we're going to have NDMV in the box anyway, finishing P3, also with the driver of the day. So, yeah, when these guys join the box, we'll have a quick chat with these guys. Well, not a quick chat. We'll see how their races went and see how they feel. Have we got anybody in the box yet, F7?
No, not just yet.
Guys, if you can jump in the box as soon as you can, and then yep, we'll get the interviews done, and then you can celebrate with your teams after.
I think a lot of drivers will be very happy with their results, and they'll just be wanting to be celebrating with their team for just a little bit, and then are going to jump into the comms box to have a chat with us.
Yeah, absolutely. That race in a nutshell was there was lots of drama, there was lots happening, there was some big incidents that sort of happened with cars spinning and that sort of thing. But one thing I noticed from this race tonight compared to the other races, there was a lot of penalties, whether it was speeding in the pit lanes or yeah, corner cutting or whatever. It's not something that we become used to, and obviously the full qualifying as well, being wet, was a spanner in the works for some of these guys. And then yeah, the race was another story as well. Different strategies. It kind of had everything, didn't it, F7?
Yeah, it did. And we have Dutch Verstappen in the comms box if you'd like to start the interview. And NDNV.
We'll start with NDMV being third place and driver of the day. Congratulations, NDMV. Fantastic drive from you, mate. I'm actually in awe of what you've done with that one stop, mate. I thought that was fantastic to be able to pull that off. I know when we did reserve program the other day, we had a fantastic race in there too. So I always backed in you were going to have a good performance. Do you want to sort of talk us through your race and how you managed to pull that off, mate?
So I think I'm a bit lucky being able to sorry, I'm back in Sicker's house, I sound off. But yeah, I managed to put a bit more practice in. I guess most people, especially doing a reserve race and then hopping to Div 4, now Div 5. In a reserve program, I was like, oh, I'll test out the tires and I'll try it, see if I can do a one stop or not. Did all right. Hop into Div 4 as a reserve for Lucas, and I did the same thing, started on hards and tried to do one stop. Almost did it, but because of the ran, it's pitted to inters, and it was like became a two stop. So I was like, oh yeah, this race I'm definitely gonna do a one stop. I think I can do it. I can make it work, and I almost put it off, but I just choked at the last corner, man. I'm so disappointed, eh?
Yeah, that as that last lap come around, we sort of thought it was going to be a bit of a formality. It looked like you were just going to be in that P2 position, and then obviously Gruno making that little bit of a mistake left the door open for you. Looked like just on those older tyres there, just maybe a little bit excited around that last corner, trying to get on that power to try and get the move done. It just looked like you just lost that rear there, and obviously put you down into P3. But yeah, still a fantastic performance, mate.
Yeah, cheers, bro. Cheers.
I'll pass you over to F7. F7, any questions for NDMV, mate?
Actually on today, driver of the day, and going on to that final, we had Greedo in front of you made the mistake, and then you had the very mistake as well. Were you once you saw Greedo make the mistake, were you worried at all about making a mistake like you did, or were you just gonna try and make the overtake at the very last moment?
Oh, so yeah, I obviously knew that my tires were gone. The moment I saw Greta made a mistake, I dropped my differential so I can get more grip into the one tires. also then dropped them enough to the point where I still spun in the end. I didn't think I'd make the mistake, but I guess too early on the throttle, and lost that potential P1, if not P2. Yeah.
Well done. That's all my questions. Nishka.
Yeah, congratulations again, NDMV. Congratulations on the driver of the day, voted by everyone in the chat, and everyone was really ecstatic about your drive tonight, mate. So you should be very proud, and yeah, go celebrate with the rest of the Ferrari boys, and yeah, look forward to seeing you next week, mate.
Next week. Cheers, boys. Good race.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, on to P2. Dutch Verstappen. F7, you want to take this one away, mate?
Sure. Dutch, you started in P12 today. You were, I think, you were eliminated in Q2. You had a very, very good race. You didn't get any, and it seemed to be that, like, you were just on fire today. Take us through what happened today in your race.
The qualifying was pretty shit, but that's always in the rain. It didn't surprise me at all. Yeah, the race starting a little bit garnished because turn one, I got damaged, and then I got a 10-second time penalty for no reason. Yeah, I have to serve that. Lucky it was in full safety car, because I can recover that. But I had to go on the hards because the mediums will definitely not go to the end. Yeah, I went to the hard, but then I have to made a second stop to go to the mediums and put everything, because I was on P1 and I had to box. But that's fine. At the end, P3 or P2, I'm really happy with that for P12 position start. Yeah, a little bit unlucky from ND that he spun the last lap of the last corner actually, because we had a good battle absolutely in the whole race, and then in the end, yeah, he just let me pass. And yeah, but I take the P2, and yeah, good points for Mercedes, and that's all about it.
Well, you got the 10-second early on at the start.
Yeah.
Did you get affected by the carnage, and were you worried about it?
Yes. Yeah, exactly. I had damage as well as I have to replace my wing. There was a few spuns around, and I went wide as well, and I hit another car, and then I get a warning for that as well. But, yeah, I was on 2 warnings the whole race. So I was pretty lucky didn't get a 3-second time penalty in the end. But yeah, now I had wing damage my first lap, and that's what I have to box. And I had to start from the back, but at the end it was a fun race, a lot of overtakes. Yeah, it was great, good. And congratulations to Greedo, he did a fantastic job with this win. Yeah, well done, Greedo.
Well done, mate. I'll pass over to Nishka for any questions. Yes.
Yeah, Dutch, mate, congratulations. Yeah, fantastic drive, mate, to get yourself back up to that P2. Yeah, we've seen a bit of carnage there at the start there. Yeah, I completely actually forgot about the carnage at the start, and I thought you'd gone on a strategy of hard to mediums. But yeah,
that was a
hearing
strategy
that,
anyway. But yeah, but not
yeah,
on lap 1. Yeah.
yeah, to hear the stuff that you've had to go through and to get up to P2, mate, that makes it even more impressive what you've done. I was already really happy with the strategy that you went with. But yeah, right at the end there on those medium tires, mate, you were just absolutely rapid. You were just slicing through the field. It was really good to watch. You had some nice overtakes, and must have been really fun. That last bit of the race there, yeah.
Yeah, the last 5-6 laps was absolutely fun. Yeah, but it's always, when you see other drivers struggling and then you yourself fast, that's always fun.
Yeah, absolutely, mate.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Looking ahead, obviously good points this week for yourself in the Mercedes. Got Silverstone coming up next week.
Yeah, we got Cakey as well, a P11. It's all right.
Yeah,
He was really unlucky today. Poor bugger.
Yeah, you guys have formed a really good bond in this division, as it shows in the standings. You guys are the dominant team. But yeah, moving ahead to Silverstone.
Mm.
How do you feel about that track, mate?
Oh, I love that track. I love Silverstone. Yeah, it was first reverse, but then they changed to normal. Yeah, but I take that as well. So yeah, a little bit more practice, and then we'll see where we end next week. Hopefully,
Yeah,
no rain.
yeah. The rain definitely threw a spanner in the works, mate. It
Oh
looked very
man,
difficult
yeah,
out there.
yeah.
Yeah, congratulations, mate, on your P2, and yeah, look forward to seeing you guys go around next week, mate.
Okay, thanks, mate. Take it easy. Have a good week.
Thanks,
Bye
mate.
bye
You
for now.
too.
All right, we'll move along now to our P1.
Uh,
Do we have Gudo in here?
sorry, he wasn't able to make it tonight. He
Ah, yeah,
said,
okay. So we don't have a P1 in here. We don't have a TP or nothing. No, that wants to jump in.
"Oh, I can ask Ding if he wants to come in quickly."
Yeah, ask if we want to have a quick interview, real quick, just on behalf of the team. Uh, yeah, interesting hearing from the drivers though. F7. Obviously the struggles with the qualifying, the difficult there, and then obviously the hard luck stories, and well, a great strategy as well. So it's a bit of mixed emotions probably for NDMV, and yeah, obviously Dutch coming up from P12, fantastic drive getting P2. So yeah, obviously Vettel will be very happy with that from his Mercedes drivers in this division as they have been good all season. Are we getting the Red Bull TP in or another representative?
Um, I asked him, and he said, I believe he doesn't want to. I don't think he does. Oh, he's
He does or he doesn't?
um, I'm not too sure, but oh, he doesn't. Sorry,
Yeah, that's
didn't
okay.
get him in
All
today.
good. We'll just touch on it real quick then. Yeah, Greedo, fantastic drive tonight, mate. We look forward to seeing you next week at Silverstone. See if you can repeat the dose, mate. It was a well-deserved win, and yeah, fantastic race overall. F7, you got any final comments before we wrap this one up?
Um, not really. Just anyone racing on or Div 6 and Div 3, make sure you get your wet practice in, as we've seen the wet can cause quite a bit of chaos.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Definitely need to get a bit of wet practice in, guys, with your races still going. As always, F7. I think this is the first time we've been in the box together. It's been an absolute pleasure, mate. You've done a fantastic job, and I look forward to keep seeing you out on the track. You've been doing a fantastic job out there too, mate. Yeah, it's been an absolute blast, mate.
Thank you. You too. Very fun.
And that wraps it up. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Sim Racing Centre, SimLab, Pagnian Advanced Simulation, and AI 369. We'll be back again tomorrow night with Division 6. I'll be in action. We got two more divisions to go. We got Div 6 and Div 3. And thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you guys same time again tomorrow night. I believe you have SJ in the box with Aardvark. Good night and see you later.